Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens on a hard-fought game today. Tyler Huntley, you played a good game. Some major mistakes, in different spots of the game, but you didn't have that much time to prepare, so you got out there and you laid it out on the line. I got to commend you for your efforts. The running back core, y'all did an outstanding job today, and Mark Andrews, you played your butt off too. Shout out to the defense, you did all that you could do. But I'm a firm believer that if Lamar Jackson plays this game, they win. And I'm not mad at him. I'm not disappointed. I actually stand by his decision to sit out because the way this league works, when quarterbacks are hurt, when they have significant injuries, they're damaged goods, especially black quarterbacks. So he did the right thing by not risking further injury. He doesn't strike me as the type of person that'll be lying. I think if Lamar could go, he would go because he said this season, you know what, I don't want to talk about contracts until the season's over with. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to bet on myself. It was unfortunate that he got hurt, but he didn't even get hurt, with his so-called style of play. He got hurt in the pocket running from a sack. So it's almost like he was in a situation where damn if you do, damn if you don't. But for me, I understand because I know how this league works, at least what it's shown me over the years. He didn't want to be RG3 the second. He wanted to be in a situation where he's financially secure for the long term, and he feels like he deserves it because of his play on the field. And let's keep it real, man. He's an MVP. What MVP has been treated this way? Not a white one. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Also, when you look at the grand scheme of things, they only go as far as he goes because they really don't have enough around him. You look at what happened with Miami today. They played a good football game, but you look at Tyreek Hill's numbers, you look at, Jalen Waddle, the drops that he had and so forth. He doesn't have chemistry with with the backup quarterback or the third string quarterback. He has chemistry with Tua Tagovailoa, and Tua's out. What you saw with Miami this year is a prime example of giving the quarterback weapons. Remember, everybody wrote Tua off, saying that he couldn't play in the league. He wasn't accurate enough. His arm wasn't strong enough. But then he goes out here and he lights it up. And unfortunate for him, he gets an injury. Now, we're talking about with his injury, should he even play football again? But we got people like Michael Vick saying, Lamar, get out there and put a brace on and go out there and play. I just wanted to make sense. He's really in a situation, like I said, where it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. So, again, I don't have any ill will or any hard feelings towards Lamar. I think he did the right thing. I think his teammates understand, and they're pretty much more upset at management because this deal could have been done a long time ago. And it's not that $300 million that everybody's speculating about. It's not that he wants to be paid more than Deshaun Watson. I think he understands that Cleveland was desperate and the Baltimore Ravens are not in that situation. He knows he wasn't going to get that kind of money. But word is they offer him less than what Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson got. And if that's the case, I don't blame him for being upset. And I don't blame him for risking further injury after he had already put it out on the line. What the Baltimore Ravens should have done is, as soon as he got hurt, get back into those negotiations, even though he said he didn't want to talk about it till after the season. At this point, it was a dire situation. His season basically was, it turned out to be over. So they should have gone to him and said, hey, Lamar, what is it going to take for you to get back on the field? Especially if they felt like they had a real chance. But we're going to keep it real. I don't even think that they did. I think they thought that they can go as far as they could, and they were going to use that momentum to build on next year. But in that same regard, what is next year going to look like? Are y'all going to put weapons around him? Because you look at what's going on with Tua in Miami. Y'all wrote him off and said that he wasn't going to do anything in the league. He had a weak arm and he wasn't accurate, but he balled out when he was on the field healthy because he has weapons. You look at, what's my man, Jalen Hurts, same thing in Philly. They pretty much run some of the same things I've seen Baltimore run over the years. The difference is Jalen can air that ball out a little bit more. Not saying that Lamar can't, because he's shown it. He's thrown 300-yard games to guys that you don't even know anything about. But in Jalen Hurts' case, he has Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown, and he can light it up. He has 2,000-yard receivers on the outside, a 700-yard receiving tight end and a 1,000-yard back in the backfield. You give Lamar Jackson the same thing, and I guarantee you, Baltimore is a Super Bowl team. So, if you're not gonna pay him that $300 million, pay him more than what you was, more than what Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson got, and get him some weapons. So that's my spiel on it. I don't fault him for sitting out. If the man says he hurt, he must be. I don't take him for a liar. Then the reports are saying that he was walking around still limping, favoring the other leg, and that he had some swelling. So why, in that situation, risk being RG3 number 2?